Okay, so becoming professional network marketer part 2. It's a really, really important topic to understand, and just to become really one. If you want to succeed in this business at one point or another, you have to decide to go pro, to become a professional and do this for money. If you still thinking of doing this as a hobby, just for fun of it, then you don't really need to listen to this webinar. However, if you want to do this business for money, you need to start learning how to become a professional at it. Okay, so the first thing I wanted to talk to you, why does it keep doing that, is about becoming disillusioned. So, looking at network marketing profession, there are many, many illusions. Illusions that workplace will take care of you, illusion that government will bail you out, illusion of getting something for nothing in network marketing, illusion of getting lucky in MLM and not having to develop any skills. These are all illusions that people have, and you need to get rid of them as fast as you can. You need to start thinking about reality that any success depends on hard work, depends on developing your skills beyond the basics. In order to achieve something you've never achieved, you'll have to become somebody you've never was. Working on your skills and becoming independent. These are all the realities that you will have to face if you want to start earning real money, if you want to become professional. Say goodbye to the sponsor. Also, one of the things that we keep hearing, from new people who join the business, they go, I just don't have the sponsor to succeed. I just don't have the right upline support, in order to become successful in this business. Is someone else responsible for your success or your failure? I would not give that right to anybody. I want to have that control, So there are many resources that you can tap into, video, sound, PowerPoint, webinars, national trainings, etc. So your sponsor is not directly responsible, So if you want to succeed in this industry, you need to develop skills, work hard, bring passion to what you do. You have to have, you have to get rid of that tendency or the urge to blame somebody for your lack of performance. If you don't get enough people in the business, if you don't get enough sales within your business, if you don't get enough points or whatever level you're trying to achieve, don't go right away blaming somebody for it. Try and think what you could do more perhaps in order to increase that. Don't blame the circumstance. Don't blame that, I'm coming from this background, or I've never done this, or whatever. All of us come from the same place, and we all need to work towards it. Get mad and make something by yourself. Become angry and say, listen, I'll do whatever it takes, and it will be up to me. I won't have to thank anybody if I achieve it. So call your sponsor and tell them that you appreciate everything they've done so far, but you don't really need them in order to succeed. And then you can become friends with them. You can become business partners with them, associates. But they will not be that, father type or mother type figure that will, lead you by the hand for the rest of your life. Say bye-bye to your sponsor and take responsibility for your actions and for your business. Defining moments are really important, and one of the things that people always ask, what is the secret in network marketing? And one of the first things that I've learned about the network marketing is when I was attending one of the national conferences, and I was speaking to one very, very experienced leader, and they said, look, one of the, I asked them, what is the secret? And they said, look, you see all these people in this room. Now, we do these conferences every 3 or 4 or whatever months, a couple of times a year, and in another, 6 months or so, half of these people will not come back. Half of these people will quit this business before the next time. So I said, look, if I just came back, I'll be farther ahead than half of these people in the room. And the person says, yeah, absolutely. And it continues to go. Within the next 6 months, half of that group will not come back. And within the next 6 months, another half. So I realized that a person of my age, with no credibility, no contacts, no experience, no skills, could outlast everybody else by just staying and working on your skills. And nobody could stop me. I realized that nobody can stop me. And all it takes is actually time. That's the biggest thing. And like I was speaking to one of my team leaders today, and we was talking about different aspects of the business, and I said, what I found, the best test in network marketing is time. And I said to that leader, look, you already been proven by time to me that I can trust you, that you're worthy of my time and my investment in you, because you've been with me for over a year now in the business, and I know that I can trust you, and I know that you will do this business until you achieve whatever you want to achieve from it. But many people started before with me, who said, oh, I'll be the next owner of this and this branch, I'll open half the countries in Africa, and I'll be, the next best seller in the company, blah, 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 and then next week they don't even pick up their phone. And I always, when I meet new people now, whenever they come up with all this, incredible stuff, I'll go, great, I love your enthusiasm. However, the time will show, if your results be as much as your talk, and I realized then and that time, that I can actually, just by staying around for longer, just by sticking to the opportunity, to the FM business, I can outlast most of those people. And if I really looked, on the first national conference of FM when I've been there, how many people from that day who were in that room are no longer in the business, I'm sure, a big chunk of that room is no longer in the business. Of course, new people came, new people gone, etc. within that time, but I'm still there. And I've progressed probably more than, a lot of people in that room, just because I stuck to it, just because I stayed with the business. I've attended the trainings, I've attended the meetings, and I went through the motions in the system. So that's what a lot of people need to realize. It doesn't matter that you've never done this before. It doesn't matter that you haven't got the skills necessary. I didn't either. For me, this was the first company, the first network marketing business. I've never done any sales in my life. I've never done any training in my life. I've never trained anybody, and never done a webinar for that matter before. But I've learned everything here on the job, on the FM group network marketing business. I've learned everything through this company just by sticking around for long enough. And that's why I say now to people, look, just give it time. Nothing will happen straight away. Nobody became a millionaire overnight in this business. Give it, 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 years at least, before you'll see, massive results. Like I said in the last training, in the part 1 of the Becoming Professional, I said, it's a 5 years plan. Don't even, dream about making, tens or 20s or 50s of thousands of pounds within the next year or so. That's just going to be groundwork for you to train and learn everything about the business. So prepare to invest some time. Also, safe is the new risky. There's new economy now, new rules. Everything changed, nobody's giving, lending money right and left, and the rules are changed, and that attitude, I'll just wait it out and be casual about it, just, hide my money for the time being, and then you're all going to sort itself out. It's not going to work really, because that's it. This is time to be proactive. This is time now to get out there and do the business. Now, why do I say that? Is because many people suddenly became open-minded because of this situation. Many people have been made redundant. Many people, lost hours, lost overtimes, lost businesses, and network marketing is now thriving. These business opportunities are now popping up, like mushrooms after, the rain. It's everywhere around because people are struggling. They want more money, and now it's our time. So go back to your candidate list. Go back to your contact list that you've done half a year ago, 2 years ago. Go through your downline for all the zeros and start calling them, because for a lot of people, their situation might just changed. A lot of things have changed within the last year or so, and now is the time to get in touch with those people and start working with them. A lot of their time, a lot of their situations have changed, and you might as well bring them back to business. Also, let's talk about duplication. What's the formula for duplication for that financial independence? Well, there's 3 factors to it. Lead a large group of people to consistently do few simple actions over a sustained period of time. This is what you're looking for. You're looking to create a large group of people to do simple actions like 300 plus 1. Do 300 points a month and introduce just 1 person a month. Simple enough, right? Great. And do that over a sustained period of time. So not just first month, not just 2 months or whatever. Do it over a sustained period of time. Do it a year. Do it 2 years, 3 years in a row. See what results you'll see. Also that broad-based philosophy, automatize, systematize, and make it scalable. What can you automatize in your business? Can you use autoresponders? Can you use websites? Can you use lead capture pages? How can you automatize it? How can you systematize it? Can you record the trainings? Can you record the opportunity meeting? Can you record these videos? Can you use that to systematize it so that people use exactly the same version of it? And then how can you scale it? How can you pass this around for all of your team? How can you get all of your team using these resources, using one website, using one resource? So, all of those plug and play, third-party CDs, DVDs, websites, we need to use them. And we need to build a culture in our organization of using these tools provided. We need to stop, people trying to reinvent the wheel, We need to get people to follow the system. If it's 300 plus 1, it's 300 plus 1. If it's 1,200, plus 10, great, do that. But whatever you do, systematize it and then build that culture in your organization from the very beginning in encouraging people and making them in doing these steps, and taking those steps in order to make it a culture in your organization. So, MLM industry, network marketing industry, what is it? $120 billion a year in sales, 19 years growth out of the last 20 years, 67 million people involved around the world in this industry, over $50 billion paid out in commissions every year, and over 100 countries involved. Do you still think this is not a serious business? Do you still think this is not a real business? It's a hobby, part-time, invite few people thing? I don't think so. It's just your choice to either see it as a business or not. When I look at those numbers, it looks like pretty serious business to me, like a pretty serious industry. So that's why I treat this business as a serious business, and then I get results. Like I, always say, if you pretend to do the business, the company will do a good job pretending they pay you. All right, so what do we do? So we are network marketing. We're not network sharing. We are not network selling. You have to get that in your head. There's this big lie out there, selling big business benefits with small business strategies. This is the worst thing that you can come across. People advertise the business on the small business retailer model, where you just consume few products, you recommend few products to colleagues and friends, etc. But then they advertise big business rewards. They say, look, you'll be making, you'll be getting cars, you'll be getting $50,000 or pounds a month, you'll travel the world, etc. You cannot do that. If you're telling people that it's going to be a couple of bottles a month, whenever they like it, one bottle a month to qualify for the team commission, blah, 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 then it's going to be small results. If you're advertising flash cars, 16,000 pounds a month and world travel, then tell them what you're going to take. It's going to be hard to get there. So there's a difference between selling and marketing, and this is one thing you need to learn. We are not in selling business, because sales is selling to people something that they don't even want to buy. It's manipulating people and fooling them into buying it or getting these products. And there's no duplication in it. What we do is marketing, which means that we are educating people and giving our prospects enough information to make the right decision. Giving them information to make an educated decision about, let's say, buying perfumes. I'm not selling perfumes. I'm just teaching people how they can get a better quality perfume at a third of the price. So start promoting the business in the right way. We need to have prosperity mindset. We need to be open to the idea of manifesting wealth and prosperity. And there are some mind viruses going out there, and it's embedded in people's subconscious mind. Things like money is bad, rich people are evil, it is spiritual to be poor. This is all mind viruses. If you have that sort of mindset, it'll be very, very difficult to become wealthy and to earn anything in this business. Because if you have that mindset that, if you have a lot of money, you'll be a bad person, it's going to be bad for you, then this way your subconscious mind will sabotage whatever efforts you're putting into this business. So they'll make you fail and fail and fail again before you take the conscious step to become wealthy. You know, and obviously media, government, religion, and all of these surrounding things are programming us, you know, programming people about, you know, all of this, you know, badness of money, etc., etc., you know. And obviously the government, you know, etc., they are scared of free, financially independent people, you know, who don't need free prescriptions, who don't need to, you know, be clipping coupons, who don't need to be, you know, be given anything free, any free education, free healthcare, or whatever from the state, who can be self-sufficient and provide themselves as much as they like, who can have bank accounts all over the world, etc., who cannot be controlled. You know, governments are scared of people like that. And that's why they're programming you to that mindset that, you know, you shouldn't be wealthy. You should be just doing your job. You know, you should be working 40 hours a week for the next 40 years to retire on 40% of something that wasn't enough. So if you want to have more in life, you have to adopt this prosperity mindset. You need to start thinking of yourself as a wealthy, you know, individual who can become rich. It's nothing bad in becoming rich. You know, very often I feel, you know, I meet people. I'm myself religious. You know, I go to church every Sunday, and you know, when I meet people who say, no, it's bad to be rich. You know, I say, why? You know, I say, look, you know, do you like giving to charity? Do you think it's good giving to charity? And the person says, yeah, of course it's good giving to charity. So then I go, look, you know, if you're earning £1,000 a month, you know, and your rent is 750, you know, how much can you give to a charity? Not that much, can you? However, if I'm making 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 pounds a month, can I not give more to charity? You know, if you you know, think it's so bad, just donate everything. You know, donate all of your earnings if you think it's bad to have the money on your hand. But think of the difference you can make in life, in people's lives in the world, if you had the money. You know, how many schools you can build, how many you know, hospitals you can you know, finance, how many different things you can do with all that money. So where on earth does it come that having money, you know, being rich is bad? I can't see that. You know, you can help so many people. Think, you know, don't think even about strangers. Think about your family, your relatives. You know, how many of those could use, you know, the financial support? It's absolutely gorgeous to be rich and be able to help all of those people. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. You know, dreams are so vital in this business, you know, to know what you expect, you know, and what you can get. And there are different stages, you know. When you're a kid, you have big dreams, you know. You want to be an astronaut, you want to be a pilot, you know, and everything seems to be, you know, possible, and nothing is impossible. You know, you can do and be whatever you want. And then you come, you know, to age of 15 and 20, and you still think that you can do pretty much anything. You go to school, you apply for university degree, and you think for all the things you're going to do when you get that specialty. But then you get to that sort of age of 25, when you start getting some responsibilities, perhaps, you know, starting making a family, and then you start forgetting your dreams a little bit, you know, and you start compromising. You start you know, giving your dreams away in exchange for something a lot smaller, perhaps mediocre, but for that stable thing, you know, perhaps giving up your dream career away just to have that job that gives you a paycheck that pays the bills, you know, and that's what happens. And by the time you hit about 30, you start forgetting about all the dreams you had, you know, and by the age of 40, most people have totally left their dreams behind and completely, you know, gave up on themselves and on everything, you know, they just think that that's it, you know, they're done for it, you know, they lived their life and they didn't achieve whatever they wanted to achieve, and now it's just too late. You know, does that sound familiar? Do you hear that a lot around? You know, I do a lot of it, you know, I do hear a lot of it. And there's different groups of people, you know, group one, you know, people living their dreams and who never let them go, you know. And advice to those people, fantastic, you know, just pass your dreams further, you know, pass it to your children, pass it to the next generation, you know, let them dream too. You know, then the second group of people are the ones who had dreams but forgotten them, you know, through business of daily life, you know, through, you know, family, job and everything, you know, and they just forgotten a little bit about their dreams. So advice for those people, remember, you know, try and remember, you know, your dreams, revitalize them somehow, you know, perhaps if you was, you know, becoming wealthy and perhaps, you know, buying a house with a pool, so perhaps start doing a part-time business, you know, do something in order to revitalize those dreams. Then a third group of people who totally forgotten their dreams, you know, so find something to remind yourself of those dreams, you know, just make new dreams. If you've forgotten whatever you dreamed when you was young, just make new dreams and try and achieve them, and start small. You can start small, and then work your way up. And final, fourth group is the worst group. Are people who not only have forgotten their dreams, but they are so frustrated with their lives that they now spend a lot of time tearing other people's dreams. These are the people that are called dream stealers. These are the people that talk to your prospect once they go home and talk them out of the business. They are the ones that say, nah, it's never going to work. No, you're never going to earn that money. They're probably paying them to stand next to those Mercedeses and next to those checks. All of these people, they've been beaten up in life so many times, they just forgot how to stand up straight, And advice for those people, what I'd like to say, you were not born to crawl through life. You were born for great things. None of us were born to be miserable and upset and, grumpy every single day. I have a belief that all of us were born for great things, to achieve, fantastic things in life. Yeah, not all of us can be a president or astronaut, but all of us can be, can do and achieve great things in life. But we just need to want it, and we just need to make people around us do the same. So what's the secret for success in MLM? People want always, the secret. What is the secret? Well, people want to live this lifestyle, right, of cars, holidays, thousands of pounds coming in commissions. But the problem is that you don't get to have the lifestyle first. You need to do the work first. You need to work your butt off. So you need to build first. Build your customer base. Build your downline. Build your team. Build your contact list. Build your, mailing list. Build first. And there are success stories. There's lots of success stories. There's one guy that I heard just recently about, Jeff Roberti, a guy who used to do from 7 to 1,000 phone calls a week for the whole year. But now this guy has earned over $62 million within the last 20 years from his network marketing organization. But he spent the first couple of years doing all of these calls and, sponsoring all of these people, helping them, etc. So people see the 62 million, but they don't see the 700 to 1,000 phone calls. How many of people listening to today's webinar could honestly say that they do as much as this guy? But how many people would want to have that 62 million? I'm sure everybody listening to this webinar, yeah? So let's start doing something for it. And then again, we don't need to look that far. We've got our own Diamond Orchid, Irina Oliver, yeah? She used to go every single day on the train from Luton to London, prospecting first of all on the train, then getting off in London, in Lithuanian and Russian areas, and then going there and talking to people about the business, etc. She would get up at 7 in the morning and come back from London with the last train around 12 o'clock at night. And guess what happens next morning? She'll be up again and on the train, in the train station at 7 o'clock in the morning. Day in, day out. Talking to loads and loads and loads of people. Sometimes she would get off the train in London with a couple of people already getting off with her off the train, going to the FM distributor center to sign up and buy the sample kit. Because on the train, she's already got them interested in the business. And now there's a result. 5 years later, 6 years later that Irene has been in the business, she's already making from 12 to 16,000 pounds a month. Now, who would like that? I'm sure every one of you. But who's done exactly the same amount of work as Irene did? Again, be honest with yourself. Have you done that? Have you done enough, in order to deserve the money you want to get? We all want big buck, we all want that big check. But do we deserve it? Honestly, many people can't say that. And the next very, very important thing in network marketing is personal development. The energy is always there. You have the energy inside. Maybe it's very, very deep inside, but you have it there. All you need to do is flick the switch. And one of the things that I always promote is to be an avid consumer of personal development. Mind is a very, very powerful thing, but it's also very sensitive to new data. We have that saying, garbage in, garbage out. Good stuff in, good stuff out. So be very selective to the information you put. Personally, I'm very, very selective. You need to protect your mind as well as feed your mind. So, personally, I don't watch any television news. I don't read newspapers. Because what are you putting in front of your eyes and ears? That's exactly what your mind will be full of. And now, if you go to watch news or, listen to news on the radio or read a newspaper, what is it all about? It's all about negative, about promoting fear, worry, anxiety, crisis, and getting people anxious about things and getting people scared about different things. Now, most of the stuff that doesn't even relate to you. So why you should be worried every single day about it? People, don't read positive stuff. Nobody actually does news on somebody who done well in life, on somebody who achieved something in life. Nobody is interested in that. Everybody's interested in how bad things going. Who slept with who, who, stole from who killed who. And that's all that news are packed. So you create what you expect. And if you are packed of that sort of information, if you keep feeding your brain on this sort of information, this is exactly what you're going to create. You're going to create negativity around you. You're going to be scared and attract people like that around you. I am very, selective in my information. I don't watch the news on the television. I don't read the newspapers. Whatever news I need, I selectively get them from the internet. If I need some business news, if I need some local news or whatever, I select. But even still, I don't do that every day because, I'm selective. I'm feeding my mind instead. I wasn't born the way I am. I'm not genetically predisposed. I'm just very, very extra disciplined. Instead of watching the news, I'll rather read something. Instead of, when I'm driving a car, instead of listening to the radio, with all the news, etc., I'll rather stick in, Alan Pease in it, or Zig Ziglar, or Tom Bigel Schreiter, or, Mike Dillard, or many, many others, and listen to something positive, to something that helps me to build my business, that helps me to develop my mind, to develop me as a person, etc. What do you gain from seeing all that negativity in the news? What exactly do you gain? That where, the last earthquake was, where the last bus crashed, where the last, suicide bomber, blow themselves up. What's the point in that? What good will that bring to you? I can't see anything in that, to be honest with you. So it's not what you learn, it's what actually in personal development, it's what you need to unlearn to become successful in this business. Because many things you've learned so far, you'll have to get rid of them before you even become successful in network marketing. If you want to do it right, do it yourself, get rid of that. That doesn't even work in network marketing. Everybody out there for themselves doesn't work in this business. The only way you'll become successful in this business is by helping people. So you need to unlearn many things before you can even become a business person. So you are not selling your product or business. What you are selling is you. You need to become an asset. So therefore you should be investing in yourself more than in anything else. Because people will follow you. Big organizations will follow you. We said earlier on that you need to lead a large group of people. And if you want to do that, you need to become an asset. People need to want to associate with you. They need to see you as a leader, as an asset, as a person that is in the know, and they need to be around you. And, we know about one guy who didn't have a great presentation, who didn't have a fantastic sales pitch. That guy used to say, come with me. And that guy was Jesus, yeah? And people followed him. Why did they follow him? Because he had a fantastic presentation or Armani suit? No. It's because who he was. Exactly the same way, okay, you're not going to be a Jesus, I can promise you that, and neither will I. However, you can become a leader. Who will follow you? Would you follow you? Think about people in the community, friends, acquaintances, work colleagues. All of those people are in contact with you, and they will either think of you as an asset in their contact list, or they'll think you as a spam, in their contact list, as an unnecessary, somebody I knew sometime ages ago, or will they consult you, when they come up to the next business opportunity? Will they ask your opinion about the next car they buy, about the next investment they're making? Are you an asset in somebody's contact list? If not, you need to become one. And people come to this business not because of, they do come because of the money and the product, but they stay in this business because of people and personal development. Most people, they don't want to leave the person they've become behind. They become empowered, they became inspired, motivated. I mean, the person I became since I joined network marketing is a different me, compared to the person that I was before I joined network marketing. With all the negativity, with all the pessimism, with all the, bad media, and when I joined, I learned that, you can actually enjoy your life. You can actually enjoy people you work with. You can actually enjoy relationships. You can build friendships as well as business acquaintances. You can have fantastic life, and you don't have to go to work every day, and you don't have to worry about the next bill coming if you build your life right. So personal development is the glue, because it makes the individual grow and attract more people. Personal development will help you to become a leader, and when you become a leader, you'll attract a lot more people into this business, which is the objective, right?